What about now?
Still says waiting.
Should say live.
Got an advert.
That's cool.
Yeah?
Should be. What does it say? Has it got a countdown?
In this video, I'm going to show you in 60 seconds how you can join the Diesel Emissions Group Action.
Just get out. Right, live.
Here
Right.
you go.
Can you hear us? Is the sound all right?
We'll finish off the ice cream first as well.
Yeah, we'll try that. Then we'll get this show on the road.
Oh wait, I can test it out, can't I? Hello?
There we go. Right, we're on. Cool, right. Hey guys. Nice to see you. Who we got here? So we got Dave. Come on guys, let's get this done. Yes, mate, let's get this done. Richard. Yes, awesome. Right, so all we got to do is put that in there. I can't see this taking very long.
No.
We'll try and maybe run it till the end of the Women's England.
What time does that finish?
I don't know. But yeah, so we're kind of ready to get this show on the road. So we haven't checked it, we haven't done any prep or anything. The only thing is we made sure that we could lift the engine with the crane. That was pretty much the only thing
We did do a little bit of prep before someone digs us out.
Well, what did we do?
And that's the engine mount. I will grab it and we can show you.
What we did was check that bolts fitted through holes because...
a socket.
Yeah, and a socket.
Before Richard digs us out.
Why Richard?
Because he said, I'll tell everyone that you've done prep. So when we got these engine mounts from MK, we weren't able to get a socket onto the nut. So MB Special, we managed to get hole saw on there and just take a little bit out. So then we can actually get a socket on and do it up.
Which is a bit mad because you wouldn't even get a spanner in there. So I don't know how you would get...
Well, you wouldn't get... I got a ring spanner on it, but then by
You can't turn it, yeah.
Well, you could, but you'd be doing like a millimetre at a time, and then you might not get it off afterwards. So we trimmed it up, and that's good to go.
And we just made sure that the bolts fitted in the holes. Who else we got in here yet? Good to see you, Pete. Magnum, Rob. Yes, mate.
Cookies and cream. Lovely.
Beautiful little thing that was. £2.50 though. So we've got the guide, and I mean we had a quick flick, but basically it just says put the engine in the hole and not damage anything. That's pretty much.
Always need a fettle, mate. Always need a fettle. Yeah.
That's a bold claim. May require. Yeah. So
May
everything
require.
you're given is right, but it may not be perfect. Is the given, isn't it? But no. So I mean, engine mounts wise.
Let me grab some parts.
Yeah, grab some parts. Show the people what we got. So
I'll put them on the bench over here.
yeah. Lick the lolly slower for the camera, Rob. So we got two engine mounts, and then there's a gearbox mount which sits to the back. All three are these rubber 2-bolt. You want that? These rubber 2-bolt jobbies. So they're all the same, and all it is a piece of rubber with a bolt either side, with a spring and a normal washer.
Well, I've actually swapped them, and we're going to put nylocs on just because I don't know. I prefer a nylock over a spring. So
yeah, fair one.
Why not?
No sweat. So we're going to be using these. So now, mounting wise, you basically just mount either side of the engine with these brackets. Chuck some. And all that's going to do is go onto, that goes onto the body, that goes onto the engine, and then that's your shock absorber. And then at the back, you can't see it yet, but once we lift the gearbox up, there's basically like a fork, and all that does is it just slides onto there, and then this
bolts into the car.
Bolts into the chassis, which just has a hole on a plate that goes across. When we get the engine up in the air, we'll roll the car forward so then you can see us puckering it in. How many we got on the feed? I don't even know.
Oh, should we have a little look on mine to see how many people are live?
Hey Graham, hey Nigel.
Well, we've got
big D's on here.
17 people.
Oh, awesome.
Good.
So wait to what? 200 then we'll fit it?
I think we'll be waiting a long time for that.
I think we might be. But yeah, fitting-wise.
What else have we got? We've got a crane. That's from Steve at SC Auto.
Yeah, do you want to do your shout-outs and your thank yous? Yeah,
a bit of shout-outs and thanks. So that's from Steve at SC Autos for a friend of mine, Luke.
Yeah, pinching that.
Also, thanks to Tiff. He helped me sort of assemble it. We put the clutch on to the engine and pressure plate, got the engine into sort of how it looks now, ready to go in. Yeah. So big thanks to him. We'll do a big shout out to everyone on our sponsor wall who have helped us on the build. Yeah.
Let's go from the bottom. So we've got Alloys Stars, wheel refurbishment, powder coating parts, and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
MoFast carbon fibre, 3D printing,
Bit of
all sorts of,
everything,
everything. G19 engineering, so that was the rear diff housing,
Light and flywheel. The water pump outlet.
yeah, and a few other bits
nice.
that we're going to continue.
Yeah.
Do you want to do?
Mike, MB Special. Mike, my friend of mine's helped me with a lot of machining work, custom bits, loads of different things you'll see along the build, like the high-level brake light for starters, doing these engine mounts. Yeah, there's loads. the list is endless, so I really appreciate the help, Mike.
Yeah, we've got AS automotive switches, so they're all the cool, they've supplied us with some stuff, high-level brake light,
Yeah,
the switches and stuff, which is cool, and probably some more stuff going forward.
Yeah.
Mike Spencer Motorsport,
Well, he's helped us with a lot of little
always,
bits.
and then of course the guys on the MK Super Builders WhatsApp group, which is basically a big group of blokes who have built these or more than one of these, Dave, and either got it wrong, made mistakes, found better workarounds that aren't in the guide, helped update the guide.
Learn how to fettle it.
Yeah, what not to do, what to do, and just general bants along the way.
And then there is one more you've missed behind the screen because there's a TV on the
Oh
way.
yeah, of course.
And that's the body shop, so
Burko
the lovely
body shop,
colour that we got here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who else we got joining us here? So we got Robin from Alabama, USA.
Wow.
Morning.
Morning.
Is it 5 hours?
Yeah, they're behind. What's
so
the time there?
Be lunchtime, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who else we got?
Who we got? Why aren't the Super Builders on the wall? I need to make a sticker. We got a logo. Have we got a logo? That is the one.
Someone needs to make a logo. Who else is on there? Yeah, nice.
Yeah, it's quite a bit of lively chat. Love it. First live as well. Not really done a live before, so
Should we do another one? That is the question.
this is cool.
I suppose we'll see how well this one goes.
Yeah. Yeah, so should we get this on the crane?
Yeah, I think so. So we've got a lifting strap.
Where's the arm?
So it's just there. So we've got a nice strap. So you can use a chain. There's 2 lifting hooks. And that's
Yeah,
pretty...
say strap, that is literally just a severed ratchet strap, isn't it?
Yeah, but...
But if it's good enough to strap down a pallet on a lorry...
Yeah, that's...
Right,
I won't lift it myself, but it's strong enough.
So get this bad boy up. So yeah, you can see, obviously, it looks nice, doesn't it? It's painted.
Yeah.
No doubt it's going to get scratched, but we'll do our best not to. The only things we put on it is the coil packs and leads.
Yeah.
And a few other little bits.
We've left all the engine loom off. We've got a couple of plugs on the gearbox, but that's just what we haven't removed.
Right, we'll take the slack.
So.
Alternator-wise, what have you done? So you put an alternator bracket on from MK?
No, so the alternator bracket was standard. We just put a shortened
Belt on because you've taken the AC off?
Yeah. Well, no, there's no AC. It's our power steering pump.
Ah, power steering
So
pump.
it's
I knew
a
there was something missing.
shorter belt. We've done the water outlet, so it's a G19 one. That used to sort of run along, so you could have heating at the back, so we've taken that off. What else have we done?
Hi, Ben.
Painted up the manifold.
Could have painted the rocker cover over one more. What does it say? More than black, lack of effort.
Well, we're gonna put some blue paint in the Mazda.
Yeah, we're going to do an inlay. The only problem is when we've seen coloured ones. I mean, coloured ones are great, and if you don't do wrinkle paint, they're fine.
Shows everything.
Whereas the wrinkle paint, if you do a colour, if you mark it, you can't really rub it because then it goes shiny in places, and the likelihood is we're going to be fettling with this quite a bit. So looking at this, Rob, the guide, it did say about putting 1 engine mount on already
What
before
side?
you go in.
And is that just the engine mount, or is it the rubber as well?
I think it was just a mount on the engine.
Okay. What side?
I didn't really prep this one in.
There's always one that doesn't read the guide. Don't tiff him, what's he put?
Removing the gear.
Not in yet, nah, mate. We're getting there.
5 more minutes. 5 more minutes.
5 more minutes, the video will be over. Done.
Lowering the engine in, screwing.
We got a slow reader, it's all right.
Yeah.
I think it was the driver's
I should have
side.
highlighted it, yeah. I'm sure it said passenger side.
No, I think it said put the driver's side on.
Yeah, I'm sure it said take the passenger side off. Yeah, we also recommend removing the passenger side engine mount from the engine block. That's it. That's literally all the guide says.
So let's get the passenger.
You do the work and I'll do the talky and the ready. Who else we got in here with us?
Do we want
Where is the cussing jar?
We haven't got one today. No.
Although
swearing
we are
allowed.
trying not to swear because there may be people with their children watching or sensitive adults, one of the two. Definitely shouldn't build one of these if you're around people that you can't swear around because this thing entices you to somewhat. So we're just going to mount one engine mount one side, because then when we start to lower it in, at least it'll have something to drop onto. Should we put these in the car?
What's that, the rubber?
I guess we should probably put these in the car, so then they've got something to lower onto.
Yeah.
Why not, eh? Why not? Who else we got on the old chair here? It does get dirty with a bright colour, yeah. So it wasn't Dave's, so I saw someone else's. I can't remember. It was probably a TT. But yeah, they were just marked where you're obviously always fettling about. Now, the only problem with a nylock is you're going to have to try and gun it. And then if it goes... If the engine mount fails...
Well, you want that loose.
You're not going to be able to get it... I know I've got it loose at the moment.
Oh, okay.
But you're going to have to try and...
All right, we can use the spring then, that's fine.
We'll see. We can do a job twice.
Are we saying 14?
Wouldn't be the first time.
14 on the engine? Because it's Jap?
Yeah. So Dave's probably got the most experience because he's built a car twice and then taken his car back apart to turbo, right? To be fair, we need to come over to you, Dave, and do a video with it now turboed and how it feels and all that kind of stuff. Green wrinkle paint on his. Looks like an old avocado now. That's quite a good explanation. The thing is, I mean, no one looks at the engine when you're going past them anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much, does it? Black is subtle, and then worst case, you can just get a Sharpie and touch it up afterwards anyway, right?
Yep. Right, so they're all tight, so that's that one.
So the only benefit to this is we have no oils in it, so if we do tip it sideways, it won't leak.
Yeah. We should.
It's lighter.
So what are we saying about the engine mounts on the car?
Because if there's nylocks,
Yeah.
you're going to have to try and tighten against the rubber.
All right.
You with me?
Yeah, yeah.
I put nylocks on, but...
Well, let's take these off anyway.
Yeah.
And then, did we say we want to put the
Love a clean
gearbox?
tool drawer. Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? It's more so that Rob doesn't lose anything, because obviously if there's a gap missing, he thinks, oh, where have I... Oh, nearly. Where have I put that?
Yeah.
It's awesome now, and you're welcome to come over. Yes, Dave, we do need to do a video on a turboed one. Because I'm sure you would drive a little bit harder than Neil was driving with me when we went out that time. I don't think he'd driven it before, and then we went out, so...
Cool. So, we also want to put the gearbox one on?
Yep.
So then it slides onto it?
Nylock again, or...?
Nah, we'll just go normal.
He's changed his mind already.
No, we can change it
It's
later.
an evolving... You want to do it? It is an evolving thing.
So that just goes down here, you can't quite see, but it's at the back.
So Nigel's rocker cover's bright orange. At some stage you'll need a 10mm. Oh, we need a 10mm on this? Because everything's 14 and 11 and 12.
What's the 10mm for, guys?
Yeah, what's a 10mm? He means, I think he might means you'll lose one.
Oh.
Yeah, that I can agree with. That's quite comfortable, this. Careful you don't let Dave take you near the grass. But to be fair, he did look well happy when he come back from off the grass. Definitely did.
So we'll leave that loose.
Yeah.
I've just put the nut and thingy on.
What?
I've just
Yeah. So should we get it up in the air?
yeah, let me grab a drink of water quick.
And we need to pull this forward as well, because then everyone can see what we're banging it into. So we have checked, without the engine on the crane, we just put the crane in. The crane just fits inside of the wheels without touching them.
Oh yeah, and we lifted the floor tiles.
And we lifted the floor tiles so we don't rip the garage apart, because...
Well, it wasn't rolling too nicely, so...
Yeah, because it will.
Who else we got?
So who is getting the most grief with their missus? Well, so my missus at bingo, and I, well, like most blokes, hate bingo.
My missus is indoors watching TV. We could always bring Milo in for a bit of a helping hand.
The grass bin was the highlight of Blighton last year. I love that. That's the good thing about Blighton, actually. Bedford's the same.
Plenty of runoff.
Yeah, is that you can do a bit of grass cutting should you need to.
Right, so...
Go on, get this off the ground, and then I don't want to scratch the gearbox too much.
How high are we going?
All the way. Touch the ceiling if you can.
Do we want to put any cloths or anything to protect it? Because we've got this big blanket here.
We could do. You can throw it at this end, so then if we go across, we can rest it. What do you reckon? I'll put your spanner for the things there.
Yeah. Is that high enough? What are you saying?
So this needs to be not touching the floor.
I'm going to take you out there.
Yeah. We can't touch the floor because the thing's going to have to go underneath. So if you want to, if you go at that end, just give that a little lift because it might not clear it. Do you want to take that out of the way? All right, here we go, here we go, here we go. Everyone excited? Oh, we've parked this in a wonky position.
Can you see?
Not really. Trying to get it past the inner wheel. And this is why we removed
the engine in there without an engine leveler. Actually, I found it helped.
Yeah, we were debating the whole engine levelling thing.
Well, that should go down at a nice little angle, but we'll see.
And when we said this is tight between the tyres, we weren't kidding.
Are you in?
No. Yeah. Good?
Yeah, yeah.
Now, the only thing to note is that Rob, we don't have the right bar for this, so you have to tweak it dead careful. And if you know what trolley jacks and that are like,
You need to go slow.
are we passed?
Yeah, we're
I'm on the concrete now, so I can just mind your feet because I'm going to.
Yeah, go on.
There's nothing faster. But do you want to bring the car to me, actually?
We can roll the car to you, but we're... You need to stop turning that and
Right,
hold this.
I'll hold this. Yeah, go on. Only a tiny bit, though.
How far do you want to roll?
Just enough they can see it. There we go. That'll do. So then we're going to go down slowly. Is it in gear?
In gear, mate. Got handbrake on.
So if we go down dead slow...
There's no gear stick.
Yeah, it's not connected to the prop.
You want to go slow?
Yeah, if we go slow down a tiny bit, because it's going to need to come down enough to get that in.
Move this out of the way so we
Yeah,
can
now that's kind of...
see where we're going.
Right, live on YouTube.
Scared.
I know, I'm a little bit scared. Why have you got this so... Oh, you've had this for something else, didn't you?
Is this going to work?
I hope so. I'm nervous now because I'm not really good with these.
Anyone got any other tips? Because...
Yeah, this doesn't seem to be working for us. Oh,
Are we going down?
it's loose.
Yeah, we're going slowly.
How low?
I don't know.
I've stopped, there you go.
How else?
Right, ooh, what was that?
That's me on the back. It's fine. How close are you
You're
at the
quite
front?
close. Ooh. Oh, you got a little bit. Do we need to go in a bit?
Yeah, you
come down a bit
Yeah,
first?
go. No, go in a bit because I'm holding it.
To me? Oh,
Yeah, go on. You all good? All right, you could go down a touch again now.
I've just left it loose so I can do it with my fingers.
Oh, all right, stop.
So I can see this side.
Okay.
In a bit more?
Yeah, go on.
I'll read the chat in a minute. I'm a bit stressed. Trying not to scratch anything at the moment. How close now?
We were about 6 inches away.
Oh, it's like an eternity away. It'll come down a bit more. It should give you a bit more tilt.
Yeah, we need that. Okay, we're getting there. We're about 4 inches away.
So Rob can measure an inch at a time. What do you want? Tiny bit more?
Yeah, what's that engine mount saying that side though? Are we miles away from the steering
Yeah.
column?
Well, it's near the steering column, but
Okay, we'll wait there.
I can come. Do you want to? Can I come towards you a bit more?
Yeah, push it to me.
Where's the loom? We were promised the first start. Oh, I don't know about that. The loom is here, but it is still very much
Go down very slightly.
a work in progress.
Oh, stop. All right, you can go in a little bit. Push it in.
Oh,
Oh, a little bit of sweaty, but
I'm sweating.
that's on the...
Why have we got the door shut? Open the door.
Let's get the door open.
It's not like anyone's going to watch us.
All right.
So what's that? Is that on the engine?
It's just about rested on the gearbox mount.
Oh, okay, cool.
So now we should be able to like push it forward and lower it down.
So why don't you put...
Who's Carl Sinclair? Chuckle Brothers. we've even got
Me to you, that's it.
little helper now. Yeah, Tiff, come round, mate. We need a hand.
Don't forget you need to put the prop shaft in as you move the engine back. Oh,
Well, in the manual,
does say,
in
yeah.
the manual, it says that you can put it in afterwards, but if it's easier to put in now,
to be fair, you could push it in and then we can obviously lift it up at a later date. You want to do that?
yeah, we got the prop shaft. It needs
Yeah.
a bit of.
Hello, Milo. You come for the live? Right, Rob's just finding the prop shaft. You want to help him? Yeah. What else we got? Colour matching to their compressor. Yeah, that is Rob. That takes OCD to another level.
I got it done from when I got
powder
powder
coaters,
coated,
yeah.
and they just said it's the only blue they had, so I was like, close enough to me. So
We got the car jacked up. No, the car is on the floor. We're rolling it.
prop shaft as from MK. They
Yeah.
cut it down and shorten it, and then
Balance
re-weld
it
it, balance it, and all that. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of grease on it, and we'll slide it in if it's that easy.
Yeah, put the prop in as you go in. There you go. Look, Dave is the man. Rob's putting a bit of lube on.
Is there a cloth up there just so I can clean me fingers after?
What colour cloth do you want?
behind
There's some
you.
blue roll.
No, just behind you, there's a purple one.
Ah, the purple one.
Oh, it only goes in one way.
He's having too much fun there, just off camera. Oh no, you can see him there, look. Having a lube up. No AC in the garage, no. None. And airflow is limited. What else? Blue is just gorgeous. It is a really, really nice colour, and we're trying awfully hard not to scratch it, or mark it, or touch it, or bump it.
So, this is going to be...
Luke said he told you about the prop.
Yeah, I know, but in the manual
He
it
weren't
says...
listening. He weren't listening. The,
I
to be
was,
fair,
I
the
was.
manual does say
The manual says you can do it after.
fit the engine in the prop, but I guess if you jack the car up, there's nothing stopping you tilting it and...
I honestly
shooting it
don't
in.
know how...
I put mine in after the box and the engine was in. So it is, yeah,
Who was that?
Simon Bond. But if people are saying put it in, it's 2 minutes, it's not going to stop us. How are we doing for time? Well, still plenty of time. We need to order ourselves a, what do you call it? Chicken wrap. Chicken wrap. Marlo, what are you doing? What are you doing? See, I don't see why you can't put the other engine mount on while it's up in the air. Here's a question for you, Dave. Did you have both engine mounts on the engine when you lowered it in?
Well,
The manual is more of a guide, yeah, 100%. It is definitely a guide. There's definitely not 100%. You good?
yeah, it's in.
Oh, cool. So that's it. But what?
I don't know if it's going to get in the way now when we try and lift it back.
It shouldn't matter.
I just pop it down on the floor.
Yeah, pop it on the floor. We can always lift it up.
But it's in.
Have you ground down the clutch fork? Yes, we have
Yeah,
trimmed
done
that.
that.
We have trimmed that quite substantially, and I can see why, because it is close.
Is it?
Yeah, look. Once that goes down, that'll be
Oh, wow.
close.
Yeah, we ground it down, repainted it, put a new slave cylinder on,
Trimmed it up nice.
trimmed it up, and put a new like a rubber dust
Yeah,
boot
Dave,
on as
did you
well.
have both your engine mounts in when you come down? Because I don't see why you
can
couldn't.
put that on.
No, it doesn't matter because we can go down near.
Oh, you just need to get underneath there first.
Yeah, so maybe that's why, because it will just catch
So that's
on there.
the right side's obviously going to foul the steering column, so we sort of got to go underneath it.
Yeah, both engine mounts on loosely as you come down to engage them. Yeah.
All right, well,
Big Rich.
chucks the other one.
We can. To be fair, we can get past. Do you want to get past the steering rack first? Because we can get it nearer.
Yeah.
Ready?
1 sec. Just taking the bolts
Get your hands out of the way. I didn't have the new style mounts. Oh, are they different on yours then? What
Yeah,
about
so
Dom? I suppose him and Dom's would have been the
They
same.
use the old...
You know what I mean?
Oh, hello.
You want to help? Stop trying to lick me.
So they use
Trying to lick
the MX-5 mounts, whereas we got these new style.
Oh, okay. Because it's a one car fits all, yeah?
Yeah, go on then. If you go very...
I'm on a creepy one.
I need to go... Once we're down past the steering column, we'll push it back a bit.
Yeah. Ooh.
What's that?
The
Oh, okay.
stand just pushed it back towards,
Alright,
towards me. I had a little panic up there. I thought it was going to drop it.
If we lift it...
Hold on. Let me give you a bit of positive pressure. There you go. Is that? Cool. That's well close
You
to
need
that
to go down.
reservoir.
Yeah,
You want to
go
come down?
Yeah, go down. They're in the way.
Yeah?
Yeah,
What are we touching?
I don't know.
It's a bit all or nothing, this thing.
Oh, I think...
That definitely made a clunky noise. We good?
Yeah, we need to come to you a bit. Let's get this mount on now.
Yeah.
With that, and there is the spanner socket. And then
All the gear, all the gear.
I've got a bit of Loctite there as well, kid.
It's nearly in, it is nearly in, although it looks awfully close to everything. And when I mean everything, I mean everything.
There's not a lot of room.
There is not a lot of room. But, I mean, it's quite neat. It looks quite high, and it's not got that far to go. I suppose the nose cone does come up and across, along with the engine bay. To be fair, they do look quite nice, just open fronted, but it would look weird and be slow.
Cool, well this is awkward. Maybe I shouldn't have put the...
Pete J, is that our Pete?
Yeah.
he's in the build, but he's a K20 boy and his engine's in. He's a little bit ahead of us. How much ahead? How close to starting your engine are you, Pete? Let's have a little break and read some messages. Mine were mounts and they were fitted before. Oh, K20, yeah. Ignore him, Pete.
What do you say? Ignore him, Pete.
Snug fit, mate. It is a snug fit. Literally, in a minute, when we're sort of finished, I'll get the camera down and show you. But here, it is literally millimeters away from the clutch. By the time we come down a bit, it will pull it.
We're going to be.
It does need to come a little bit further forward, but it's going to be close to that brake switch.
Yeah.
But there is a few people that have had it and it's touching, so it's nearly in, which is what my missus keeps telling me. Always close, mate. Always close. We dropped Pete's engine in a few weeks back. Nice. What's the K20s like to do? So Blighton, we're actually going to miss Blighton this year because it's my birthday. Unfortunately, I'm busy. I think Rob's on call.
Yeah, I'm on day call out, unfortunately.
So we can't. He's not allowed to go far enough away from London.
And that is pretty far.
It's killer because Brighton, I really enjoyed Blighton last time. Yeah. I wanted to go out in some cars this year.
Hopefully next year we'll be there, in this.
There in the car. And we're definitely going to try and do another group meet somewhere before then, maybe this year, if we can get all the boys together, even if it's just for either a track day or a beer or a bit of dinner or something.
Well, we'll be down at MK on the 11th if anyone else is about.
Yeah. Anyone else coming down to MK on the 11th?
It's the cars and the coffee. Yeah.
We'll probably make a list of the things that we're missing that we need to buy.
I'd hope nothing.
Is that the engine mounts?
Yeah. And we're going to get.
It actually needs to come forward a little bit.
Can I have the next length up on that?
What? Oh.
Nice one, Dave. Have a few beers for us.
The next length up is this one.
Yeah, it's fine, mate. Just to clear the.
Yeah, I'm gutted about Blight. It should be a good crack. I wanted to come Anglesey as well, but unfortunately, life seems to be getting in my way this year. But there's always next year. We're definitely going to do some trips. We're going to try and take this on a couple of road trips, aren't we?
Yeah, North Coast 500, Land's End.
Yeah, the North Coast 500 one should be interesting because even in August it rains in Scotland, so I'm not really 100% sure. We haven't quite sussed out some sort of like bikini top or anything.
Do you know what I was thinking the other day about that?
Dave will be there.
What I was thinking about for a bikini top or something.
Yeah.
Just get a dry suit.
A Mac. No, one.
Just get a dry suit. Like you're going surfing, a wetsuit, get a dry suit.
Or a poncho or...
Yeah. I reckon. Do you not?
Richard Barry reckons he might be there. Have you boys decided who gets the first go once it's all on the road? That'd be Rob.
My pocket was bigger than Dom's, so yeah. All right, so...
Well, you reckon we're ready?
I reckon...
So you're going to need to come this way.
Yeah, it's only a touch though, isn't it?
It's a little bit. Ready?
Okay, yeah. Just slow. Yeah.
Down a bit. Slowly. Go around the other side, because the other side's more likely to hit stuff. Or can you see from there?
That alternator's tight.
Tight to the steering. I think it might hit. It's the original one, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, are we ready?
Yep.
Oh.
Oh no, we're going to be all right. All right, stop there.
Okay.
That's touching that side.
Are we on the threads? Oh, it's on.
God, that lamp, even that lamp
is close.
Everything.
Wow, that is
everything is
close.
tight. Oh,
But it's not touching.
All right.
It's quite a lot away from that brake. How are you that side?
Yeah, we need to come down. We're about an inch away.
Oh, it's because it's a bit angled.
So if you go down slowly. All right. Touchdown.
Is that it? Hold on, ready? The car just went down about 4 inches. Oh, take the slack off. Ah!
Stop. Yeah.
That's it. Do you want to, well, I suppose there's not, you throw some nuts on?
Do you know,
what? Is the gearbox lifted up?
Well, I don't know how you're going to get a nut on that.
That's a really good... Right, let me...
So, Dave,
I'll get you down.
What rubber mount did you use on the back? Because our rubber mount, the nut is touching the bottom of the gearbox. There's no way of getting. Oh, look at this lovely camcordery Dom is doing.
Yeah, there's some sketchy stuff going on here.
We're going back to about 2000 when people had.
We didn't plan this one out very well, did we?
Handheld.
Here we go. So yeah, I'll show you.
If
this.
anyone's got sickness tablets, take them now.
Yeah. Yeah. How do we go about that, Dave?
Do you put it on first?
Do you try and lift it up? Take it back? Because obviously you can do it up once it's on. Can we lift it? We can lift it up, can't we?
Yeah, it should lift up.
How strong I am. Sorry, I should have got Rob trying to lift that then. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So who's more trusted? I tell you what, if you put something, wedge something in there, so you don't,
Where's
you're
that?
not likely to crush your fingers. Pass me the bar. And then I'll put this in behind if you lift it.
Is anyone said anything? The gearbox is a 15 mil. Got to space the gearbox up. Got to get it on the little fork thing correctly, well fiddly.
Yeah, go on then, lift it up.
Washers between the gearbox mount and the rubber mount. 10 mil spacer, but Pete's cut down a bit. Lift it up. Cut the nut or a spacer on the mount.
Really? I thought it just goes straight on top. On this one,
About
didn't
4
it?
to 5 mil, 10 washers.
What? That's what the plate's for, isn't it?
Well, that's what I thought. If we get on,
Yeah, we can
It'll
always
do up,
adjust it.
wouldn't it?
Right, lift it up and I'll stick this in. And then I'll put the camera back up. Oh, no, that's not going to work. You need something smaller. You need something smaller. Because that lifts it up too much. We put this back up here.
Dom's ropey camera skills.
I can't remember which way it goes around it.
M10
we
washers
go.
between the fork and the gearbox.
There we go.
Ah, okay. So they're saying in between, space the actual mount down.
Just put it underneath the mount or on top of the mount.
So in between the mount and the gearbox.
Oh, okay, fair enough. What do you want?
Yeah, nice. Well, they said 10 mil. But God, 10 mil?
4 to 5 M10 washer seems a lot. We didn't have a spacer. Told you would need a 10 mil.
Ah, someone said.
Spacer between the fork and the gearbox.
We didn't have that.
No, we have definitely not had that.
No.
We'll get it.
If we get the front mounted,
Yeah, we'll do them, and then worst case we can always.
so it
Tilt
lowers
that a
onto
little
the
bit.
mount. Some people had to space the fork away from the gearbox. Okay.
Oh, maybe they've done it just so they can get the nut on.
Yeah. But if we can
We
get
can
the
lift
nut
it.
on,
Yeah,
it'll be
yeah, yeah.
fine.
Do you want me to lift it then? You can put the nut in.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, ready?
One. Two.
This is really light.
No, I'm not going to get that one. Where's it?
Can you get it in or not?
No, I can't get it with the spring. It won't fit with the spring, so we probably would have to space that out. You having fun there lifting that?
Yeah, it's really heavy.
Pop it down.
That is dead awkward. So what are you saying you can't get? Ah, they're on it. Okay, now I get it.
About spacing the fork off.
Yeah, I get it.
So
Back out?
no, we'll get that, won't we?
How are you going to get a washer past that U-shape?
We'll just undo it, won't we?
Oh, can you undo it from the gearbox?
Should be able to just get a ratchet spanner on that and just undo it on the gearbox.
Okay, cool.
Can you chuck us a ratchet spanner?
Yep, size?
I don't know.
10?
Just to get
11? What do you reckon?
huh. The gearbox.
No, you don't get a spacer. You have to use washers yourself. Okay.
Looking at it now, though, it does look pretty level. It's not like well out, so it is literally just to get a nut on.
Solely for that purpose only. It just seems a bit mad. You don't put the spacers in just to get the nut on. I think it is needed to bring the whole thing level. I certainly had to do it on mine.
We look pretty level as we are, but
I mean, we could put a spanner or a screwdriver in there to get it on, like to hold it up to get it on.
no. What I'm saying,
The issue is when on this is where the thread comes up, the thread's actually touching the gearbox itself. So it's not really doing much in the way of shock absorbing. It's going to be touching. You want it off a little bit.
So I need next size up, please. I'm probably a 12 or a 13, 14.
It's not going to be a 13, is it?
Anyone got an idea?
What are we going for? 12?
Might need longer bolts going into gearbox. They're a funny thread though. Yeah, it's japping it.
Nothing's.
14 then, Dom.
So we're working our way through the spanner collection. But the engine is in. There is no argument.
That's a 13.
Yeah.
Another 14.
It's because I'm just working my way through sizes.
That's it.
I should have known it was a 14. Pete said, I'll send you some pictures of what I've done. That's a good shout. Not Dave sending me some pictures. Okay.
How much?
Dave's done that.
Oh, okay.
See if I can show the audience. So Dave has put little spaces on the fork there. Yeah, nice one. Cheers, Dave.
So I think with that...
So here, these silver ones, that's the spacer to bring that further down to give you a bigger gap between the fork and the gearbox itself.
So maybe what we
I don't think it's to do much with the angle. It's more to do with that. Have you got some washers?
I have, but the bolts aren't that long.
This seems like a constant battle.
So I think what we'll have to do with this is get the front all wrapped up.
Yeah.
Leave that, and that is an MB special right there.
Yeah.
Cheers, Mike.
Yeah, if Mike's watching,
in advance,
Rob will be over in the week.
and we'll make up some spacers and.
You need to put him to work.
Yeah. So we can take that out now.
Should we take that away? A bit of a milestone moment? Do you want to?
Then we can do them up tight.
Then get the prop on.
Yeah.
Or do you want to leave the prop? Yeah, because you can put
No,
the
we can
prop.
get the prop bolted. Go on, lift it up. I think it needs a little bit of a grease up.
Yeah, a little bit noisy. Oh my god.
There we go. So, this engine, should we take the strap off like we're not coming out again?
Yeah. Like it's in there.
Hold that a sec so I don't drop it.
In there for the long term. That went much smoother than expected. Yeah, mate, honestly, I'm not going to lie to you. I was expecting to bang the trim or...
It's easy with two hands, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely easy with two people. And it's a nice milestone. We are still miles
away.
Miles away.
Check your box bolts from the step down.
Strip down.
Oh, strip down. Ah, okay.
I had long enough from... Ooh, we do have... Although Rob's been throwing stuff away recently...
No.
He's...
I've got the MX-5 strip down bag.
Yeah,
this is just literally a bag of nuts, bolts, washers, screws, you name it.
It is in. So what is our next job? So while you're looking for that, loom-wise...
Oh, I was going to do the bolts up on the...
Oh, okay. Do you want me to have a look then?
Yeah. There's the one from the
I was going to say,
gearbox.
give me...
Just don't mix it in with all the others.
Yeah. Yeah, so next jobs are things like everything.
The rest of the car.
Coolant pipes, fit the rads, fit the rest of the engine stuff.
I would say, next thing, the radiator and the
big
coolant.
old bag of rusty bolts.
The coolant. And then it'll be a matter
That's
of...
the wrong thread.
And then what?
Ooh, Dave might have had a good shout here. I think I found one. That's too big. That's too big. That's
Next easy job would be the radiator. Is that easy? Who knows?
Nothing's easy.
Does it need fettling much?
Hopefully not. Oh, we need to fit the fans. We need to fit all the lights.
One thing we could do.
We can put some of the rest of the bodywork back up. Well, no, there's no point.
We could do the slave cylinder.
Yeah.
We've got the braided lines put on, so then the clutch works.
So I've got one. I think.
Well, I can go to. That's not much longer though, is it?
No. It's probably 5 mil.
Awesome engine is in.
Not
now.
enough.
Yeah, well, the loom is the next biggest thing I would say. But that could be something special in the pipeline, which we won't say anything at the moment.
Is that a different thread?
Dominic Castle would have stared out the garage by now. Try calling him for help. No, I think I'll pass. My slave cylinder actually went on straight, so I don't think I'll give him a pull.
There is no bolts in there that are any good to us. So either the bolts are somewhere else or we've missed them. Whoa. Is everyone enjoying the live? Because I mean, we normally film midweek during the day, so
should
obviously we won't do that more, but...
Should we do another live or... Oh my gosh.
Pick a job that maybe isn't as easy and then and then we'll film that.
Yeah, we see that, Dave. Also, so I spoke to Neil about that one. That's the engine mount. he reckons put the hose on first and then put the rad on, so then you can do it up.
Yeah,
rather than doing the Z bend.
we offered it up and it was never going to fit. So we definitely need to do something, but it's going to be a case of putting the pipe on and then forcing it on, or
What's the old?
or bending that a little bit. What's the torque setting for that? You checked?
Yeah, tight. It's a rubber mount. You can only go. so
Nigel says yes, do another live. Yeah, we have to try and clear our Sundays. That's
Well.
the only hard part, isn't it? We can do a midweek evening one.
Yeah.
You trying to work out how to get onto that? Yep. You got one of them sockets with the wobbly bits?
I have, yeah.
We'll just pick a smaller ratchet.
Oh, you don't like my big one?
Which, it's not so much a liking it, it's a case of getting in there.
All right, chuck us 15.
FT. Dave said FT, which is
Tight.
we'll call it flipping tight.
Can I have the 15 on the next size down ratchet then?
You want 3/8, yeah? You want
Is there a long 15 or not?
Yeah,
Yeah?
yeah.
All right, use that then, please.
You've got the 3/8 out already.
Have I? Hi. It's right by me.
Apparently so.
Well, someone said do a live for... live for the first start.
Live streaming is the way forward. Real Meet the Builders and Wars.
Do you mean meet the
Yeah.
blaggers?
Yeah. Yeah, we're having a go. It's definitely, the thing with this is if we filmed some of these live, some of the jobs would take 4 hours because we go to start it and then literally first job, first thing, we're like, oh, we haven't got this.
It's like the
We haven't got this bolt, or
It's like prepping that engine mount. That would have been game over straight away. We'd have had to cut it, and I don't want to just get a grinder out and lash it up.
yeah, and touch it up paint wise. And
Did you put? We take the nylock off the bottom,
yeah, I only put it on loose. Do you want a
spring and a.
spring and a nut? Shall I do the same this side?
Yeah, please, kid.
5 duggers tight, Luke said. Technical.
If I could get the dugger gun in there, I'd be alright. Might have to jack
Yeah.
it up.
Yeah, the problem is the more you do to this, the less access you have, because it's literally like, oh, I can see why you do this first or you do that first or whatever, because you suddenly run out of room.
space.
Right, is everyone ready to have a little look around, see how tight it is while Rob's working? Apologies for the 5 or 10 seconds of really terrible camera footage.
That's tight.
I'll try and do it a bit better this time.
And then try and be a bit smoother.
Here's Big Rob sweating it up.
Big old sweat.
See, look, his hairline looks better from straight than above.
Yeah. That's because I'm going to Turkey next year to have it done.
So yeah, when you look down here, I mean, this is what we were saying when it's coming in. So the reason you've had to trim this clutch fork, which if I can get my hand in from below to show you, this clutch fork here, this one, is what normally it's about, I don't know, another inch longer. That's why you've got to trim it, because you can see there the gap is tiny. And when you've come in, look at the slave there, look. There is literally a few mil. There is actually more space. It's just at a lower height. Engine mounts are quite a nice sort of straight fit. This side's a bit more tight fitted because of the exhaust, which looks like it's going to be fun to fit because that literally turns 90 degrees and straight out the hole. That's if we've drilled the hole in the right place. Not that anyone's drilled one in the wrong place before, have they, Rob?
No.
So yeah, engine mounts, are they fitted like that? And then the gearbox mount, we can't see from up here, but it's down there. But yeah, everything's really close. I mean, in the previous ones, I think, Dave, did you have this issue with this? Because this was, I think, was mounted in the middle before, which would foul straight there. The good thing is here, there's about a finger's gap, which is always plenty. So this one's quite good and it won't foul. All right, if a belt comes off, it might.
So
Give it a whack.
S380, it's a MK Indy RX5, so it's an RX5 based kit car.
Yeah, so it's MX5 Mark II. Put this back up.
Yeah. And Tiff, no, I still need another gearbox bolt because one of them was stripped. I think that did we leave it at the bottom so it's easy to get to at a later date?
What?
Well, when me and Tiff built the gearbox, there was one bolt missing. Well, it weren't missing.
Hopefully it's accessible.
It weren't missing. It was threaded.
Oh, okay.
So I think we left it at the bottom so we could easily put it back on, sort of thing. Julian will drill your body panel holes. I think we'll pass on that one. Otherwise, my exhaust is like at the back of the car.
So that's an MK Super Builder's joke, yeah?
Yeah, little
Because he may or may not have misinterpreted where the holes were meant to be drilled.
right side lower. Yeah, cheers, Luke. We'll definitely get that on there before we.
I had the brake switch issue on Dom's build. Ah, okay. So yeah, what MK have done is they've changed the location of where it mounts because there's a boss welded into the chassis. Big Matt's on board. Yeah, there's a bolt welded into the chassis where you wind the T-piece in for the brake switch, so you physically have to put it in that one place.
Rogue, who put sports car, not
Yeah.
kit car. Sorry, MK.
Yeah, if Neil was watching,
car.
he would be fuming right
He
now.
would be frothing.
Yeah, so luckily we got one of the later revisions.
Yeah.
I don't know what revision we're on now, but the later revision, because it has the engine mounts which can take multiple engines, they just changed the mounts rather than the chassis.
Yep.
Because it literally just has two big flat plates and then they can either...
Make a different angle, different thing to it.
Which makes sense. And they've moved the brake switch to one side, which means it hasn't fouled anything we've already done, which means we don't have to do a job twice, which is always good.
Tell you what, that looks pretty close for the hole for the exhaust.
Have you got the...
Oh, it's up in the loft.
Oh, it's up in the loft, yeah.
But that's it looks
tight.
it looks like it could be in line.
It looks tight.
It does look like it's going to be a nightmare to get that on. But we could take...
If we come back at 10:30, will it be running? 100% not.
No.
Because the loom, we haven't finished it. So what we did was we did all the trimming, all the removal, but we didn't do any of the extension because they say you meant to. Sorry, excuse me. You have to add, and it gives you approximate figures, which if you're going to fit a loom, you want it to be to the exact point, no more, no less.
Yep.
And there's no point extending it. Plus, the fuse boards and the relays are.
Yeah.
We're going to try and mount them nicely, and we want to trim where we can.
Yep. They're the gearbox ones.
Yeah, that's definitely taken a whack.
Uh-oh. What is it? Just a spade connector?
Cover, yeah, just a spade connector.
You broke it?
How did I break it? I just noticed it.
That's when you dropped the gearbox on it, brother.
Here we go. See, look, it's on camera. Look, we can go back and watch it.
It'll be a
We just
a push connector, or we'll get a new sensor.
Now the other battle is Rob has to try and remember where everything goes.
Do you know what?
We did take pictures.
In the manual guide, it does say about the airline, the VAC system. There was like where each thing goes, so that should be pretty.
Dave, can't believe you're fitting the engine in a white t-shirt. Honestly, I fitted it, I wore it, and I thought, because it's summer, I put all the black ones in the cupboard. I thought, I'll wear the white one, and I thought, we're fitting an engine. Although I knew Rob cleaned it, and to be honest,
we're not too bad.
It's pretty clean. My knees are actually dirtier from kneeling on Rob's floor mats than anything else. Rob's cleaned it 15 times.
Well, it's had enough paint, spray,
Pretty
whatever. Should we get this prop on?
Yep.
So the bolts, if you change the angle of the wangle dangle.
I was just going to change the camera.
Oh, okay. And then, so it does say to Loctite these.
Hello.
Hey, there we go.
Is that on? Oh yeah. So now you can get Rob laying down on the floor.
So, can I have the nut and bolts? They're on the little pot up there.
There you go.
What way?
Try not to get in the way. Now we can put it in gear.
So what way do these go, do you reckon?
I've got the guide.
They do have spring washers on them.
That's a bonus.
I would like to... Do you reckon it's... Dave, which way did you do them? Did you do bolt through from the diff or bolt through from the prop? And which side did you put the nut on?
The manual says about fitting an S2000 engine. Can we do that now?
Yeah, drop it straight in.
We'll just go and pinch... I know where there's an S2000 engine in a kit car.
Yeah.
It may have a 6'4" bloke in it though.
What prop and where from? So the prop is the MX5 donor one we got, and MK shortened it, balanced it. So it's the original prop, just cut down and balanced, re-welded. So that's quite good. Does it say in there at all?
No. To be fair, I don't think it matters too much.
And the bolts, they're the donor bolts as well. So everything, prop and diff and everything, it's all from the donor car. So it's all reusable. Obviously, the prop we repainted once it was done. The gearbox painted, the diff nut towards the front.
Oh, okay.
Top man, Dave. Ooh.
Oh. I would have... Do you know, I didn't...
Dom likes to sit and chat while I do all the work.
Yeah, yeah.
So then,
I would have thought the other way, only because usually they face backwards, don't they? Because then the stuff doesn't flick up at them. But it'll be with access for screwing them in, or
is it in gear?
it's probably going to be in gear, isn't it?
Oh, it's in gear.
You got a screwdriver. We'll take it out of gear. What do you need thingies wise? Nuts, screws, bolts. What size threaded? 14?
Yeah, 14 on a normal.
14 on a 3/8. You've already got it out. Long one. Do you want a short one?
Do you want to do your side?
I can. You got the 14mm 3/8
I got.
ready?
Yeah. It's over for you, is it?
You had a 15 on it. I took it off.
Okay, is this a 14?
Yes. As you can see, we are thoroughly prepared for every
Indeed we
eventuality.
are. That's for your bottom one.
Cool, this is tight.
Oh look, Dom with his back to the camera.
Yeah. It's because you're making me do something.
And we've actually got to go to work together tonight as well, so he's definitely doing all the work. And I'll be doing all the
We don't
paperwork.
do any work anyway, we know, pal. I mean, we do loads of work. Thank you.
And then that's got a Loctite in.
Lovely. Lovely.
So it does say on the manual as well, or the guide, now you see why the prop goes in with the engine. Do you know what? It would have gone in at an angle. But yeah, it is definitely easier. And the only thing we will have to do is just space that plate up.
Yeah, but we can take the plate off to do that anyway, so
Yeah.
it's not the end of the world.
So that'll be an MB special this week. Thank you very much, Mike.
He doesn't know it yet, but I suppose it's just a weekly thing, isn't it?
I'm sure Mike will be watching this to tell us every other way of us doing it correct. Because,
What you've done wrong, you mean?
well, yeah.
There's a good possibility. There's a few things.
I wouldn't
last
be
one's
surprised.
your one.
Yeah.
And to be fair, Dave's done it enough times to give pointers for us.
Well, I think we need all
Where
that.
is Dom been since his car's been built? I haven't seen much chat from Dom. You also fit in a prop catcher. You see Rob's face then? Whether is that a made-up thing or?
Who's mugging me off? A prop catcher?
Yeah, I'm guessing that's it. Well, I'm not going to lie. Actually, I don't know what they're on about. But do you care to elaborate?
Dom, have you got? Can I have a bent ring spanner, please? 14.
You mean a swan neck?
See, I called it a swan neck, but it's just a bent ring spanner.
I think that's because it's the person holding it. Only problem with my engine, it'll clash with you. Oh yeah, red, orange and blue. Although it'd be orange and blue golf colours, yeah.
Yeah, golf colours.
We did consider that once. Once upon a...
Oh dear. That'll be...
Oh,
Sorry for your ears.
oh. Apologies, everyone.
Yeah,
Rob's Butterfingers.
that's not going to work.
Check your spares bag. You may have a spacer in there. I think mine was a seatbelt spacer. Oh, that would have got...
That would have been chucked.
Rob was very gun happy at the beginning of the removal process. To be fair, we could buy another MX-5. I do have...
Take that, Dom. Can I have a small 14?
I do have form for buying cars that I don't need. So if anyone can find me a cheap...
prop catchers used on bike engines. Okay, we don't need that then.
Oh, okay.
Just a small 14.
I will happily buy, if it has tax and MOT,
So,
another MX-5 just so we can take the spacers off it and then me and Big D can go around drifting.
well, and it did only cost us about £72 in the end for everything we kept.
Yeah.
So, that's not going to work either.
Rob's having a lovely time here.
Oh, I don't know.
How are we doing for time? Oh, less than an hour. So no one has any excuses now. If you watch this and you've got your engine to fit, it just drops in less than an hour with loads of chatting.
It's tight.
Rob's having an access problem.
It is a bit tight, isn't it?
Should we turn Rob's mic off for 20 minutes?
I think you want to.
Mr. Rapp. So we are fitting, well, we fitted the engine in, you can't see it. The engine's getting fitted. Rob's just currently
Moving us
driving the car forwards. I'm sitting on the wheel getting driven into
I need to like...
Take the handbrake off and roll it backwards. Maybe just move your spanner. See what I've got to work with here. Take your spanner off a minute.
I would if I could, mate. Don't turn it with my hands in there, Jesus.
Why would you put your hands into a moving part? There we go, look.
Oh, that's
Even worse.
even worse. You got that
Say
long.
access is limited.
You got that long one again.
Which one?
The long
socket.
14, yeah.
You give it back to me to put it away and then you want it back again. There you go. So next time I think we need to have more blokes here because I think we'll have more of a laugh here.
So if anyone wants to pop down at any time when we're filming, feel free.
So Road and Mountain has just said, good luck guys, just collected my Mark II MX-5, so watching your videos closely. Yeah, just make a list of all the things that we
All right, can we go forward now? So
said you needed or said you didn't or whatever, because we
Go
found
back
a
a
few
bit.
things. We found quite a few things where maybe you need to add things or take things apart or not cut things or whatever. But for the most part, the guide is pretty good. What's the MK builders on Facebook like, the group?
yeah, it's pretty good.
If you've got any questions, that's probably the place to put it. If you have the back of the car jacked up, you can spin the wheels to move the prop round, so you're only ever tightening it at the top, Rob. There you go.
That's what we've been doing
Richard
now,
knows.
rolling it forward, didn't we?
Yeah, we're just rolling it around the garage. And then you can both sit in and make some brum brum noises. We could probably do that. There's no chairs in it, so it'll be easier. Oh, one more.
Okay, let's go forward again. Back a little bit.
Oh, we've frozen, I think.
Are we?
I think so. Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's just the internet on here.
Is it?
I don't know. No one said anything. Is the video still working, guys? 'Cause it's got a bit moody here.
Go on my phone or your phone. We're definitely froze.
So Nigel's got built by MK. That's the orange one with the orange cage that we saw at. If you watched our video from, what was the name of the place?
Stoneleigh? No, Newark.
Stoneleigh, right. Dave said it's frozen. Let's see if we can rectify that.
So the comments are still working, but the
Yeah,
video's
comments are still working, but the video is frozen. Bear with us. We have a technical difficulty. We shall. Hopefully the audio is still working. The GoPro's having a mad one. It's the GoPro, I think. Or is it? Let's try again. Let's see if it syncs up. Can you sing a bit? It's frozen. Let's try deactivating and reactivating the GoPro, see if that works.
All right, stand up a minute. Go backwards.
Hopefully we're coming back live. I can't promise anything. There we go. We're still no further ahead. Let us know if that's come back. Hopefully it has.
Watch forward then.
The GoPro just had a bit of a mad 5 minutes. To be fair, it does that to me from time to time anyway. But
Stop doing it.
note to everyone who wants to buy a GoPro, don't buy the newest one because you seem to have the most amount of problems.
Cool. So,
Rob's temporarily driven us into the front of the garage.
right, now let's go to the back of the garage again. So, that's the prop done up. They're all Loctited.
Good.
And it's in. It doesn't say on the guide, it says that the prop doesn't have to go all the way into the gearbox because it's on a spline. So for anyone that does fit it themselves, if it sticks out an inch or so, that's fine because there's a rubber seal.
It does say, yeah, you do not have to fit the prop shaft all the way inside the gearbox.
If anyone's thinking that it's wiring it all the way in.
It is to allow for lateral movement of the engine.
Yeah.
So when you have knackered bushes, hopefully ours aren't too bad.
But other than that, what are we saying?
GoPro are definitely not a sponsor on the board. I have 3, and the newer they get, the worse they are. Although the picture quality is all right. I mean, this is, I think, 1080, which is not great, but it is what it is. I'm not on the video.
Get in the camera shot.
I guess we'll wrap it up there. Unless anyone has any questions, we'll do a little quick Q&A. But I think we're there or thereabouts, because, I mean, we've kind of done what we've set out to do. Should we turn the camera around so we've got a bit more of the front?
Yeah, we'll just have to do the spacer on the gearbox, and that's that.
There we go. And a bit of a pull up. Yeah, so all we've got left to do afterwards.
A lot of comments we've got. Nigel. To build it, she's after driving one. Things like brake and fuel lines. Yeah, it's not too bad. Touch wood, our brake lines aren't leaking as yet, so that's always a bonus.
Yeah.
Oh, cut me head off.
JTM 2003, Dad. What bolts have you used for the Oreo? I'm not 100% sure, fella.
What's that?
Oreo? Yeah, I think he's
Or is that diff?
space corrected something. Sounds like it's raining.
No. The bolts we use for the diff are just the MX-5 ones, if that's what you were asking.
Yeah, I think
JTM.
The moral of this story is that, as Dave said, anything that comes off the MX-5, put in a bag.
Yeah.
Keep it dry, because you may need it in the future.
For random things. Well,
yeah.
sit in it. Oh, and brum brum noise, please. Made it look easy. Yeah, we'll sit in it in a minute. Oh, TV's gone.
TV's gone, there we go.
What else was there?
Made it look easy.
60 minutes of building live stream every week.
That would be nice.
If I could lock Dom down for 60 minutes a week, that would be a bonus.
To be fair, maybe midweek. Yeah. Maybe midweek we could do a fortnightly live stream.
Yeah.
Rather than a Sunday video.
What beard conditioner do you use?
Gearbox oil. Whatever I can fit in there. To be fair though, this is more of a burden than anything, because you end up getting it caught when you're leaning into the engine bay.
But no, that's gone pretty well.
Yeah, no, I must admit,
nothing's touching.
I had a feeling something was going to touch.
So it'd just be a matter of spacing that gearbox up and then cutting the fuel lines to suit.
Yes, yeah. So the fuel lines we've, as Dave said, just left them full length, and we've just done a nice little set to get them out of the way, because the likelihood is we probably need to cut them about here. We need to cut them about here because we need to put some fuel line on to then obviously run them to where they need to go, because it's here, isn't it? Yeah. These 2 spouts here, the flow and the return, just on the bottom of the fuel rail. See, like Rob's coming to peer pressure, like. Oh! You working on your brum brum noises? To be fair, it's probably easier to get in without any seats in anyway.
Yeah.
I can't sit in there because there's loads of crap in there,
But no, that's all right. Do you know, it's tight in that, the footwell is quite tight.
Live stream on the first start, 100%.
Yeah.
And we'll probably have about half an hour's worth of work prior to starting it, just to show that we have literally not.
Like filling it up with oil?
Yeah, filling it up with oil, maybe putting fuel in, coolant, just so we can prove that it is definitely
a first start.
Yeah, a first start, because then if Rob's mucked the cam belt up and it runs like a sack, then...
No, I counted the teeth between and
I followed a good start.
I followed a good YouTube video.
Can of easy start?
Nah, it'll be the wiring.
Top tip, cut the fuel line longer than the other, so you never mix up flow and return. That is a really good idea. Also, maybe we should do some sort of colour coding, or...
Well, I have drawn on them.
Well, I know, but that'll be gone after a certain amount of time. Where's your brum brum noises, Rob?
Brum. There you go. One minute.
What noise is this going to make?
Oh, there we go. Are we speaking too soon?
We need to record some of Dave's noises for that. I need a new intro. I need a new intro noise.
Yeah.
For the kit car stuff.
1 minute. You ready?
Oh, it does start. You put a battery in. Where's the battery?
It's not starting. Anyone got tips and tricks for that? Turning the key, nothing's happening.
You may need to move your ECU panel. It's not so effective in the passenger footwell. Depends if you like passengers, mate. To be fair, that's one of the jobs we have done. So that's actually trimmed, ready to be bolted in there.
There's nothing pleasant about getting out one of these.
Yeah, no, it's been fun, to be fair. I've quite enjoyed doing it live. It's nice to have a load of bants with the guys.
Yeah. Oh,
Electric, yeah. Haven't even got a battery.
and
Oh,
then
Milo.
we got the little Milo to come and give us a hand.
Right. Oh, let's wrap it up then, shall we? I don't know if this will stay live on the old channel or not. I'm hoping.
Look at that. That's a proper streamer's view, isn't it?
What, just me in the face?
You in the camera.
Yeah. I can't see it in the TV. We get to see it 15 seconds before everyone else anyway. It lets out some massive bangs now the turbo's on overrun. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. Yeah, we definitely need to... I'll drop you a message, Dave. We'll have a chat.
Yeah.
But yeah, hope everyone's enjoyed watching. Thanks for support, moral support. It's always nice.
Yeah. Thanks
And,
for any
and
tips.
Dave for the tech support as we gone.
What's he called? The Jap parts or something. Ooh.
But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. And we'll see you on the next one. Next week, what are we going to do next week?
I don't know. We still need to film it. So, what should
We're not
we do
100%
next?
sure what's going to be next week's video.
I think it could be fitting the radiator coolant system, maybe.
Yeah.
Or it could be the boot box. Could be ECU panel. Could be get the exhaust on.
Rear arches.
Well, yeah, rear arches.
Yeah, well, you can fit the exhaust, but you're going to trip over it.
Yeah, we could fit it and take it off. So then all the brackets are there.
Oh, okay, yeah, that would work.
Rear arches.
Can't wait until the next one. Appreciate that, man. Hope you've enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a weird one because obviously we used to our standard practice of filming and making mistakes and then filming it. If Rob's filming on his own about 30 times, editing Rob's videos is like, oh no, I'll do that again. Oh no, I'll do that again.
Yeah.
Jack Parts heard they went bust. Oh, maybe. Not enough people buying them, hey? But yeah, right,
Yeah.
we'll wrap that one up there.
Yeah.
See you later, guys.
See you later on the